games come out every year, but 2026 feels different. It's stacked with some of the darkest, weirdest, and spiciest games we've seen in years. So buckle in, today we're diving into 13 new games you won't want to miss in 2026. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the last one. It's a major departure from a well-known dev. Let's get to it. Kicking things off strong with Tides of Annihilation. Already shaping up to be a heavy hitter for hack and slash fans. Imagine Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy XVI, and Arthurian Legend all thrown into a blender, then poured onto the streets of a ruined London. Yeah, sounds tasty as hell. You play as Gwendolyn, the last survivor of an invasion that merged London with Avalon. Combat is flashy, skill-based, and cinematic, with combos, aerial attacks, and precision counters. And you can literally summon Spectral Knights of the Round Table mid-combo. Hell yes. The semi-open world mixes East Asian inkwash art with gritty medieval rot, creating this beautiful, withered nightmare playground. This could be the proper hack and slash revival we've all been waiting for. Okay, hear me out. A shark girl in a skin-tight racing suit, mowing down her minions while blasting through neon tunnels. That's Sakichan Track of Fury in a nutshell.
This is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell! How did I get into this nutshell?
It's part hack and slash, part racing game, and part fever dream. You play as Sakichan, a bloodthirsty shark waifu tearing through enemies at breakneck speed, chaining high-speed combat into tunnel racing. And it leans all the way into fan service, costume swaps, cosplay-ready alts, and yes, even an interactive massage room between runs. This game knows exactly what it's doing. It's bloody, stylish, and gloriously over the top. Zero notes. Next up is Parasite Mutant, and yeah, it's not exactly being shy about its inspirations. You play as Nova, a psionic agent sent to investigate a supposedly abandoned island city. Well, surprise surprise, it ain't abandoned. The streets are crawling with mutants, conspiracies, and fate-shattering secrets. Combat runs on the active time chain system, a mashup of classic ATB and a 3-link chain mechanic. You're constantly juggling energy, dodging at the perfect time, and choosing between restraint or brutal chain finishers. Visually, it's basically a new Parasite Eve game, so you can finally pretend the third birthday never happened. Add modular gear, a new game plus with extra areas and deep customization options, and this one's looking like a real contender. Old school horror fans, you're eating good in 2026. Liminal Point is rocking pure survival horror energy. Think Silent Hill meets Signalis. You play as Lyra Sterling, a washed-up rock star hunting her missing bandmate on the fog-choked island of Ashen Point. It's classic survival horror design. Fixed isometric camera angles, limited resources, puzzles, and stressful, deliberate combat. But what really sells it? The atmosphere. It feels like some cursed PS1-era horror game you unearthed in a flea market bin. Moody, unsettling, and unforgettable. Alright, time for some good old-fashioned indie weirdness. Fox in the 20th Century is a hand-drawn 2D action platformer where you play as, well, a laser-blading alien fox trying to stop the Y2K bug by beating up the Y2K crew. Yes, that's the actual premise, and yes, it rules.
Alright, now you have my attention.
Gameplay's fast, flashy, and all about flow. Wall running, rail grinding, juggling platforming, and combat seamlessly. Every stage riffs on a different decade of the 20th century, with hand-drawn enemies and hazards straight from pop culture. VHS traps, bell-bottom thugs, disco arenas, all culminating in a boss fight against the Y2K bug on New Year's Eve, 1999. Because, of course it does. This is pure indie energy. Stylish, funny, and full of personality.
Fox in the 20th century.
On the Venn diagram of strategy fans and foodies, you get Food Devils. It's basically Fire Emblem meets Hell's Kitchen with a side of roguelike goodness. You run a post-apocalyptic restaurant, but instead of grocery shopping, you send adventurers into deadly dungeons to bring back ingredients for your cursed menu.
I've never, ever met someone I believe in as little as you.
Better dishes equal stronger recruits, which means more power. The grid-based combat has heavy Final Fantasy Tactics DNA, with permadeath always looming, but the spice is in the premise. It's like Gordon Ramsay designed Disgaea, except here, the lamb sauce is literally possessed by a demon.
Noble end. I shall be your peerless warrior. Itadakimasu!
If you've been craving some pure, over-the-top hack-and-slash energy, this one's for you. Eternal Palace Sakura is a 3D roguelite action game that looks like a love child of Senran Kagura and Hades. You play as Retla, a cat-eared dual-wielding heroine exploring a shifting dream labyrinth, packed with enemies, traps, and power-ups. Combat is fast, flashy, and ridiculously fun, all about chaining combos, dodging in style, and building your perfect loadout of power-ups called attributes. And when you max out your tension gauge, you can unleash Overtension, a screen-filling special move that wipes out everything in your path. The presentation nails that cute but deadly anime flair. High-quality 3D models, slick animation, and cutscenes that look straight out of a PS Vita classic in the best possible way. If you've been missing games that just let you mash buttons, look cool, and destroy everything with cat energy, this one's gonna hit hard. Edge of Memories is shaping up to be 2026's big JRPG epic. You play as Aline, a nomad fighting to stop a disease called the corrosion that twists living beings into monsters. Combat is real-time, all about chaining stylish light and heavy combos into spectacular finishers. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the world of Avarice looks painterly and anime-inspired, from vast plains to corrupted ruins. And the music? Vocals from Emmy Evans of Nier Automata. A final theme by Yasunori Mitsuda of Chrono Trigger. Freaking JRPG royalty. This could be the kind of game you lose 100 hours in without blinking, and I can't wait.
Sea of the corrosion! What matters from now is the sacred language of the limitless flesh! Come, Soul Whisperer. Let the corrosion choose her champion!
Get a change of trousers ready, cause the scariest Fatal Frame is back. Crimson Butterfly is getting a full remake with new visuals, audio, characters, and modern third-person over-the-shoulder gameplay. You'll still use the iconic camera obscura to capture spirits, but everything's rebuilt for modern controls, with a new flashlight mechanic and even new ghost encounters. And yes, composer Tsuki Amano is back with a brand new ending theme. If you thought the original was scary, this remake is set to outdo your memories.
Stay back. Run away. Fatal Frame 2. Crimson Butterfly. Remake.
Indonesia's horror darling returns with Dreadout 3, looking scarier and sexier than ever. You're back as Linda, the ghost-hunting schoolgirl armed with her iris phone. Part camera, part spirit weapon. This time you're diving into an interdimensional rabbit hole full of folklore-inspired nightmares. The devs announced the release date as definitely after GTA 6, so hopefully we're not waiting until 2036. But if you love Fatal Frame style horror with a South Asian twist, this is one to watch. Anime vampires are back, baby! Code Vein 2 drops January 30th with bigger zones, new companions, and a wild new time-bending mechanic that lets you rewrite history itself. Combat is still blood-draining carnage, a mix of stamina management, big weapons, and bigger vampiric powers. And yes, the ridiculous character creator is back. Expect to lose hours making the perfect cybergoth waifu before you ever swing a sword. Mark your calendars, this could be the first big anime RPG event of 2026. From Korea's Ever Studio comes Mudang 2 Hearts, part spy thriller, part K-drama, and part supernatural epic. You swap between two heroes, G, a North Korean special forces operative, and Gabby, a K-pop idol caught in a political conspiracy. Gameplay is wide open, stealth, combat, or cinematic shootouts if subtlety isn't your thing. The big hook is seamless storytelling. No hard cuts, no obvious transitions. Cutscenes flow straight into gameplay, making it feel like you're living in a political thriller. This one is ambitious as hell.
누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태.
This last one's a biggie. From Game Freak, yeah, that Game Freak, the studio behind Pokemon, comes Beast of Reincarnation. But forget about Pikachu. This is a Souls-like action RPG set in post-apocalyptic Japan, year 4026. You play as Emma, cursed with supernatural powers, fighting alongside her dog Ku to stop the Beast of Reincarnation before humanity collapses. Combat is fast, technical, and unforgiving, with a focus on precision, timing, and mastery. Visually, it's bold, grim, and nothing like Pokemon. If it delivers, it could prove Game Freak has way more range than we've ever given them credit for. And that's the lineup. 13 new games that prove 2026 is absolutely stacked. Which of these games are you most hyped for? Drop your pick in the comments. Visit my Steam Curator page for everything I talk about. Check out a spicy game that was released this year, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for the best niche, indie, and fan service games.